Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Christine. I will list all my socials down in the description box. Now today we'll be doing this Valentine's Day look, very different, not your typical red or pink. I wanted to do something unique and out of the box. So if you're excited to see what products I use and how I created this look, then keep watching. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a like if you enjoy videos like this, just so it gives me an idea of what videos to record for you guys next. And with that being said, let's start on this look. Okay guys, so now that we are back, I figured we'd do something different today. Since Valentine's Day is quickly approaching, which is too shocking to me, I figure we do a Valentine's Day look. Now I'm sure you guys have seen plenty of red and pink Valentine's Day looks, so I figured today we do it different and we try to do a blue look. I don't think there should be a rule on Valentine's Day makeups and what color we should use. So even if you guys want to use black, we can use black. And if you guys do want to see a black look, just leave it down in the comments below, or any color in particular. But today I figure we try a blue look. Now you guys know I have been obsessed with this Blue Blood palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. So we're going to play with this today. So I'm going to scoot you guys closer and we're going to play with some makeup. Okay, so I am going to prime my eyes with just some concealer. I'm going to use e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer. This is actually going to be my first time using this concealer. So let's just test it out. I'm obsessed with the doe foot applicator, how big it is. I'm going to use a brush first. Then I like to use a beauty blender just to make it more seamless and take away any of the extra product. So let's dip into this Blue Blood palette. I think I'm gonna go with Blue Monday, which is this shade here. And if you guys are following along and creating a look with me, you don't have to use this particular palette. So dipping into Blue Monday, I am creating my shape that I want first. You guys know that I like to work with my dark color first, just since it's closest to my eyelids and I have hooded eyes. I like to map out what shape I'm creating first. Now I know due to COVID, I'm sure Valentine's Day is gonna be not as fun as it can be, but make the most of it, whether you're in a relationship or not. Being in a relationship should not define how you feel about yourself. So even if that takes you going out by yourself, like I said, I know COVID, a lot of places are shut down, but you can go to the places that are open, a nice restaurant, even if it's by yourself, who cares? Don't be worried about what people are thinking. Go to a movie by yourself, rent a movie. I was never really a big fan of Valentine's Day just because I feel like if you're in a relationship, you shouldn't only feel special or have your partner only make you feel special on Valentine's Day. That's just my opinion. Next, I think I want to dip into Flourishing, which is this shade here. And I'm applying that shade directly on top of Blue Monday. I'm just so shocked, like how it's already February. I feel like we just started the new year and we're already in the second month of the year. It's insane to me. Next, I want to dip into Mint Tea, which is this shade here. And I am definitely using a different brush per shade. You guys know this is nothing new if you're not new to my channel. I just find it easier. If you guys are having issues with finding your eyeshadows getting muddy, then I would suggest you use that technique and just use a different brush per shade. Now, since I finished the Mint Tea, I'm gonna go back to the Flourishing shade, which is the shade before that one, and just reapply it. My reasoning for this is I want all the eyeshadows to be extremely pigmented to their maximum pigmentation. So by doing this, you can just bring back liveliness to the shades while at the same time blending them more seamlessly. So this is just a good tip. Always work back and forth. Don't feel like once you apply the color, then that's it. It's always good to just go back to the colors that you had placed beforehand and to just liven them up by applying a little more color. Then I'm gonna go back with Blue Monday again and just lightly make sure that there's no areas that are missing eyeshadow or that have tapered away once I blended the colors. So you guys can see these are the colors that I have so far. What I want to do is I want to do the exact thing on the other side and clean this up a little bit, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now that we are back and I cleaned everything up, I halfway did this eye. I'm gonna take a brush. Now what you need is something similar to this. The reason why I am taking a brush like this, see it's flat, is because the top, as you guys can see, is a little more tapered and not round. So I want to do like a heart shape on my eyelid. So this would be perfect. So any brush similar to this would be your guy. And I'm starting off with concealer just to map out the heart. And then what I can do to clean it up in the inside is take a Q-tip with some cleansing water and clean it up. But for now, we're gonna start with the concealer and the concealer brush. And what you wanna do is just apply your concealer on both sides of the brush. Now what I think I wanna do, or what I have, the idea I have in my head, is a sideways heart. So I wanna start with the pointed end first, which is gonna be towards the inner corner of my eye, just to map that out, and then go outwards this way. Now don't worry if you have a little negative space here after you have done your heart, because we can fill that in. And you want to take your time with this. Don't go too fast, because then you will mess up. And you can always fix it, but we're trying to prevent from making so much mistakes that you have to like do major repair. So just little stamps at a time. Working your way to the tail end of your lid. Now that I'm here, I'm left-handed, so it's a little difficult for me. But what I'm doing, if you're left-handed as well, you want to turn your hand inward and stamp like this. Now don't worry if it's not the perfect shape heart, because again, like I said, we can always fix it. What you want to do is just get a general idea of where your heart is going to be. Gonna grab more concealer. And you see, slowly but surely, the shape is coming too. So again, I'm turning my arm inward. And listen, if I could do it and I'm left-handed, plus I have hooded eyes, then pretty much anyone can do it. You just have to take your time with it. Now you see it's not a full heart because we're still missing like that swoop that goes in between the two lumps. So what we can do, I'm letting it dry a little bit. I'm gonna take a small brush like this with the shade that is closest to the heart, which is the Blue Monday, and I'm gonna start defining that heart shape. See, it's starting to come together. Just take your time with it, like I said. And if this is not small enough, you can get an even smaller brush. For example, something like this. And really get in that crevice. See, now with this brush, it makes it so much easier to really define that heart shape. And if you still can't get, let's say you have more hooded eyes than I do, what you can do is use your middle finger and tug up your eyebrow so you can really get in there. And I'm just making sure that it's the shape that I want. Now you see here how there's like a little negative space between the concealer and the blue. I'm gonna take the brush that I used and just fill that little negative space in there. You guys can see the shape. So now that I pretty much have the shape that I like, I'm gonna start creating something in the inner portion. Now for something like this, you need a brush similar to this, just because you need something more detailed and you wanna make sure that it is firm enough. I think I wanna dip into the shade Blue Blood, which is this shade here. And with that shade, I think I'm just going to make a smaller heart in the heart that I have. Now again, you just want to take your time with it because you're trying to prevent it from allowing too many mistakes to happen. And I'm just using that bigger heart as a guide. It's easier now that we have the shape mapped out for us. And what you want to do is you want to pat the color on. You don't want to do swiping motions because you want it to be as pigmented as it can be. So what we're doing is we're literally just patting on the color. And I want to take this color close to my lash line just so it looks like the heart is connected. With that, I'm going to take my Q-tip with some cleansing water. Just want to clean up the inside. Okay, so now that I am pretty much happy with this so far, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the other eye off of camera, apply my complexion products. That way we can finish this look. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so we are back with a completed look and I applied everything, complexion products, etc. I will give you the full complete list of items that I use for my face on my Instagram, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. But let's give you a close-up and that way I can tell you exactly what I did. Okay, so as you can see, I did apply some dark areas in the inner heart because I felt like it was too flat. So what I used was, for my inner heart, I did use Blue Blood, which was the main color that I had used. And for like little accent areas, just in like random areas, you can see that it's darker in some areas. I used Blue Monday along with Undertaker. So Blue Monday and Undertaker, just to give it like a little more dimension. And I applied some glitter liner in the inner heart, and I really smoked out the bottom lash line with the same colors I used on top. I'm obsessed with this blue highlighter. This is the Lime Crime highlight. This is like so old, but I'm obsessed with this. Highlight Mermaids. It's actually the blue one in here. So I use that. And then for the lips, since it's supposed to be a Valentine's Day look, I figure you're gonna be doing a lot of kissing or a lot of eating, whatever you're gonna do for Valentine's Day. So you wanna do something more nude, just so it's easier to like blot and take off And also, if you're doing something this vibrant in your eye, you kind of want to go with a nude lip just so that way the eyes could have its own moment. So this is the completed look. I'm super obsessed with it. And if you guys want me to give you more ideas in terms of different color eyeshadows that's not red and pink for Valentine's Day, just leave a comment down below and I will do a look with that. I hope you enjoyed this little Valentine's Day tutorial. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.